Hey guys, it's Phoebe.
This is Barry.
We're from Alternative Twist Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have our next artist spotlight. This is Barrie Dempsey. Welcome, Barrie.
Welcome to Mike and Phoebe. How you doing?
Good, thank
Good.
you. So, Barrie, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became a musician and how you got into the scene?
Well, boy, this goes all the way back to junior high, high school. I've always seems like, and this is back east. So I grew up kind of not in a musical family. I've got three brothers. My older brother played trumpet in the band, but my mom and dad were not really musical. But somehow I got hooked on music, and I started basically singing. I was singing mostly in bands around the New Jersey and New York area. And I learned how to play harmonica. I used to lock myself in my room, listen to John Lee Hooker albums, and write down all the keys of the songs, and then go through and learn how to play harmonica. So when I would go out to audition for a band as a singer, I usually got the gig based on the fact that not only did I sing decent, but I also played harmonica, and pretty well, actually. So all through high school, I was in bands, and through college, I went to art school in New York City. All through that, I was playing with, I'd be playing with either a band or a duo. Over the years, after I graduated from high school, went and was in college, I had hooked up with a few songwriters, and we would be a duo, and I would sing background harmony, play harmonica and flute, and I didn't really write songs then, so my writing full songs pretty much started back around 2008.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it hasn't been really that long writing songs. There was I'm not going to go into detail about it, but there was a very traumatic thing that happened to both me and my wife when we were living in Arizona. And after that happened, and before that, I was writing pieces of songs. I would write. For instance, I was in a band called Skate back in New York City. Actually, it was in Jersey, but we recorded in New York City. And I wrote a song called Safe and Sound, but the rhythm parts and the chord structure they were already written, and I came in and I wrote the melody and the lyrics. So I had dabbled in writing back then, but nothing like after 2008. I just started writing and complete songs, and finishing them. So that's kind of a back history there.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. So oddly enough, that situation, it sounds like it kind of inspired you or moved you to express your feelings and emotions in writing songs. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say it triggered something,
Mm-hmm.
something deep, because it was not a good experience. It was a very bad experience. So, I mean, the good thing that came out of that was writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And it's funny because now I think about it, going back, you think about, well, if I could change my life,
Mm-hmm.
I can't look at that bad thing that happened and think that I would not have wanted it. I would have not wanted it to happen, but then I wouldn't be writing the song. So
Right.
who knows?
Yeah. And that's the most important thing whenever negative situations occur to us in life, that we have to draw something positive from it. That to me is, I truly believe that helps us heal eventually, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So why don't you tell us about your creative process of writing your songs? How long does it usually take you on an average? Do you have do you seem like you have a set time, or you just kind of let things flow?
It's a combination of all of that stuff. It's still, to this day, I have no idea. I'm not one of these people that can sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write a song. It has to come to me usually through melodies. I love to sit down with the guitar with a chord structure, and all of a sudden the melody will pop out, and that melody then, now I have to wait for that melody to tell me what that song is supposed to be about. So it's a really strange process. If somebody told me, we'd like you to write a song about, trees, I don't know that I could do it. I mean, I could probably whip up something that I really didn't feel at that time, but then I wouldn't be happy with it. So the process for me is just, waiting for the inspiration, and it could come from something that I'm thinking about in life, something like, let's say, the pandemic. Well, I'll give you an example. I wrote a song called "I'm Homeschooling Myself." Now, I have a stepdaughter in San Diego, and she has two daughters, and they post things on Facebook all the time. So they had her little girl, she's about 3.5, 4. She's sitting there with a guitar in her lap, and she wasn't really playing it. She was just sitting there like a lap steel. And she's sitting there and she's rocking back and forth, and she's humming this melody, and she's singing words, but the only words you could understand were myself. So I'm watching this of myself. I'm trying to listen to the words. I can't hear any other word, any words that she's singing other than myself. So I sat down. It was probably that day or that night, I don't remember, and I wrote "I'm Homeschooling Myself," and it was a kind of a pandemic. It was the only one of the pandemic songs that I'd written. So it's just, I don't know where they come from. I've listened to so many songwriters talk about, people like Neil Young, and they don't know where it comes from either. It's a spark. Like I said, mine comes mostly from melodies. I love melodies. I'm not crazy about lyrics. I do come up with some creative lyrics once in a while that I'm really pleased with, but a lot of times I think my lyrics are maybe, they're okay. I'm not winning any awards for my lyrics, but together with the melody and the feel of the song, I think, and I write love songs. Most of the love songs I write for my wife, Shannon. And I write like morality types of songs, and things like that. So the process for me is I could go months without writing anything. And then all of a sudden, there was a while back that I did have months without writing anything. And all of a sudden, one day, 2 songs came out. So who knows? I couldn't feel great teaching a class about it because I don't know where they come from. Of course, the process after that, the structure, putting together whether it needs a bridge, doing the chorus before in my song "When We Were Young," the chorus, I do the chorus first. Little things like that you could probably teach somebody, but where the song comes from, I'd love to know.
Most of the time, it's usually hard to teach inspiration, although too. It's hard to teach that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be open to it, and you have to be aware when the inspiration is hitting you, as opposed to, is it a gut feeling? Is it something? No. And then just brush it off, So yeah, I agree. It is hard to teach.
The other thing is, it's funny you say that, because you could get a lot of times I get ideas to do a song and it doesn't come about. Or I could start writing it and it just never gets written. It just never ggets written. Or the idea just, it was just a piece of an idea, and it just all of a sudden I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it went. And I wrote a song just recently. I think I woke up in the middle of the night and started writing some lyrics.
Oh.
I'll sneak in the bathroom I have paper, next to the bed and a pencil. I'll sneak into the bathroom and I'll start writing out lyrics. So the next day I wrote it out. But you just have to go with the flow. And if it works out to be a whole song, it works out to be a whole song.
Have you ever had those times where at nighttime you wrote something down because you're half asleep, and then you woke up the next day and you're like, what the heck would I can't even make any sense.
I know. Yes. It's funny. I have a songwriter friend in San Diego. He writes all his songs from dreams.
Oh, wow.
All of his songs are from dreams.
Wow.
So he has a dream that night. He wakes up the next day, writes the song out.
Okay.
See, it depends what kind of dreams you have. I have very strange dreams that you just don't make any sense with. So if I were to write a song,
that would be the best thing to write a song about.
There's no rhyme or reason.
I don't know where it came from.
You know what? Weird. It's okay. I have a few songs, and Shannon will tell you. Where did those lines come from? It's like, I don't know. And you know what? If they don't make sense, I don't really care. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. And it goes with if it goes with the music, the lyrics, a lot of times, I've read so many weird lyrics, that it's just like, what the, but it flows with the music, and that's all that it is. It's the music and the lyrics together.
Yeah, and that's important. And to me, it's important that that the lyrics bounce along with the rhythm. So that's a little bit, sometimes for me, that's a little bit of a challenge. I want the lyrics to just, feel like they go with the rhythm and the melody.
Yeah. And I feel also it depends on the person's perspective. Whereas you're the writer, you're the artist. Sometimes I'm not an artist, but I can relate to being a hard critic on yourself, where you do something and you're like, no, I don't really like that. That looks weird. That sounds weird, whatever it is. But someone else, oh my gosh, it's amazing. They love it, So
that's the great part.
Hardest critics.
That I'm trying very hard to learn and relearn that exactly.
Yeah.
It is tough, because I'm my worst critic.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I definitely I can relate to that as well, because I feel like I'm like that. So maybe it's the perfectionist in us that we have to learn, what? It's okay. It's good. It's fine. And for me, I'm thinking about myself, to let go of the control aspect. Okay, it doesn't sound this way, it doesn't look this way, but just breathe, Phoebe. We'll live, we'll survive, and it's good. It's good. Other people like it,
Yeah, it's funny. Here's the way I try to learn it for myself, is I'll listen to somebody like my favorite recent band is Dawes. They're from LA. And I don't like every song they do. And it's like, and one of my favorite songwriters is Jackson Browne. I don't love every song he does. So I have to think of it the same for me. If I write a song, my song, a song that I write that I like the least might be many people's favorite song.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Who knows?
You just don't know the feeling someone else would get hearing your music.
Yeah.
And everyone's perspective is different based on that day, that moment.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, talking about music then, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Of course, your own music when you're writing, but on your off time, you're just kind of chilling, relaxing a little bit, unwinding. What do you like to listen to in that time?
Well, it's funny because I have such a diverse, I'll go on and I mean, most of the time I'll listen to rock or, my favorite people like uh, rock and blues, like John Prine or Jackson Brown or, people like that. Paul Rogers. I grew up, loving Paul Rogers singing. But I'll listen to everything from. I mean, I'll have a day where I'll go on and watch a heavy metal YouTube video and be into that, or jazz. I had a period of time, and my wife will tell you this is a funny story. I had a period of time she didn't even know I did music. I was doing art. I was listening to mostly like mellow, easy listening jazz, like the Rippingtons, Sanborn, people like that, and instrumental jazz. And I wasn't doing any writing then. I was just painting and drawing and listening to jazz. So she didn't know, that was a whole period of time. But I'll listen to, blues. I love blues stuff. As a matter of fact, I've written a few blues. I want to do a blues CD.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And I would love to get into a blues project. I have a few projects, live projects that I would love to do. I do mostly now solo, but I would love to do a band that does, my songs plus covers. But I would also love to do, a blues project, just a basic bass, drums, guitar, because I play electric. I probably play more. Well, I probably am an equal player at acoustic and electric, but it's a different way of playing. So I would love to do a project like that. But I am going to try to do a blues CD. I just did a video for a song that I wrote called "Chasing the Love," and it's a blues. That's a blues song. We just I don't know if we released it yet. I don't think we released it yet. We recorded it in Coos Bay at Inner Sanctum, and we're going back there to finish up some songs. But yeah, it's a blues tune. So I like to listen to a lot of stuff. I'll have a day where I'm just listening to. I could listen to classical too.
Yeah.
So all genres, anything and everything. It's easy to do that nowadays, so why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've learned as I've gotten older, my taste in music is evolving too, and it's more diverse for sure. Whereas when I was younger, I just listened to alternative rock, and that was it. A little bit of metal, maybe, but now it's all kinds.
And I'll bet that's true for everybody.
Yeah, it seems like it is.
Because we have access to it. We have such access to it. That's
yeah. And I can't wait to hear your song when you come out with it. I hope you'll send it over to us.
I'll have to make a note of that and tell Shannon. Shannon does all my everything.
Great. Yes. Yeah, very exciting. So so that's one of your future projects. Do you have any other current projects right now that you're working on that you want to tell us about?
Yes, we just recorded. Well, we just released a Christmas CD. Of course, that's over and done with now. But last a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, we were in Coos Bay. We finished up 3 Christmas songs. So we put together a little 3-song CD and released that.
Oh,
Good.
And also we released, at the same time, we released an EP, When We Were Young, which was recorded. It's 6 songs that were recorded in San Diego that we've been waiting to release for so long because, the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
And my wife does all the graphics for the CD, and we were just putting all the pieces together. And we think it came out really well. We just released that. So that's everywhere. That's every streaming platform. Bandcamp is probably the best place to go to buy a CD for the artist. In general, if you want to buy an artist CD, go to Bandcamp if they have it on Bandcamp, because Bandcamp pays the artist more money than anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, just for everybody's information. All these other streaming, little streaming, it's little teeny pieces of pennies. As a matter of fact, my wife wants me to write a song called "Pieces of Pennies," and it'll be about all the little teeny pieces of money that songwriters get from these streaming songs. Yeah, so
I'm sure.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the When We Were Young CD is out. We're going into the Coos Bay studio, Inner Sanctum studio, and we'll be working on 19 songs. So we won't put them out together because my wife and I have talked about this so many times. We don't feel that nowadays people have enough patience to listen to a CD with 12 plus songs. So we love the idea of putting these out as EPs.
Yeah.
Or singles.
Yes.
So
you're working, and you're based in Southern California, right? You said like LA, San Diego area?
No, we're in Oregon. We're in McMinnville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Getting my geography.
Yeah, my wife and I met in San Diego at the roller rink.
Oh.
And we've been together ever since. So we both lived there for many years, and but we love Oregon. We moved here. We lived here before, and then we moved back here just about 4 years ago.
Oh,
nice, very nice.
That's sweet. Very, very sweet.
Yeah.
So, how do you share your music? You mentioned Bandcamp, and so I think maybe is that your most favorite site to use when sharing and allowing the listeners to download your music, or do you like another site? How do you share it?
Well, it's I feel it's okay for anybody that wants to listen to a song to get it any way that they want to get it. It's nice that they come to my website and they can get music there. But any of the streaming platforms, Bandcamp, it really is our recommended one. But any of them really. I even have a Pandora station under my name, and it's and Barrie is spelled with an IE, so you have to barriedempsey.com or Barrie Dempsey on Pandora. You just have to spell it with an IE, not a Y. But the other thing I like to do is I love to play live. So I'm out there doing as many gigs as I can and still selling CDs. So people still buy CDs. They like to feel something in their hands.
Yeah.
And read something, When we were young, we actually only put out, we didn't get CDs made yet because we don't know whether we want to do that. We got download cards for them. And then of course people can stream it, but we didn't know whether we wanted to do the CDs because, CDs, when I go out and play live, I do sell CDs, but
Mm.
You know, a lot of people are just not getting their music that way anymore.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, even our equipment, you know, the laptops now for how many years, 5, 10 years maybe, they went out with CDs. Now everything is USB download, you know, and the little SD cards. But yeah, it's definitely changing. It's been changing for a couple of years now. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
do you
and-
do
and-
any?
Go ahead,
I'm
Mike.
sorry. I was going to ask. Do you do any like live Facebook or live YouTube or any of the social media platforms? Do you actually go live on any of those?
I do a Facebook Live every once in a while. I do have quite a few videos on YouTube. Some of them are out at clubs and places like the Bluebird in Nashville.
Oh.
Okay.
Places like that. So there are videos out there. Actually, if somebody Googled my name, just Google my name, a lot of things will come up. So I think Shannon is really good at getting me out into social media. The videos, we need more videos. That's something that we need to work on. But we are going to be, working on that a little bit more in the future.
Yes, that's good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that's great. And I think this is a good time to listen to your music and watch your video. So why not we go into your video right now, okay?
All right.
Oh, when we were young, people were honest, trusting and fun. Oh, when we were young, you could walk down the street with your face in the sun. Though our time has come, no, all the years can't be undone. Where can we go to see what we found? What we can say is we've lost all the best things around when we were young. Used to love those Saturdays. They always lasted so long. No school for 2 whole days. Couldn't do nothing wrong. Oh, when we were young, people were honest, trusting and fun. Oh, when we were young, you could walk down the street with your face in the sun. Oh, time has come. You know all the years can't be undone. Where can we go to see what we found? What we can say is we've lost all the best things around when we were young. Used to talk to my neighbors across the white picket fence. Now the bricks are too high and the words take offense. Ride my bike on through the neighborhood, across the sidewalk and street, collecting all those sights you could share with the people you meet. Oh, when we were young, people were honest, trusting and fun. Oh, There's a line in the sand, and everybody knows it's there. It's a measure of a man, nobody seems to care. Throw away the rules, get over that line. Love can back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. There's a moral and a code, and everybody knows it's true. You can take the easy road, is that what you should really do? Throw away the rules, get over that line. We'll all come back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. Throw it out against the sun. Never blind you when it can, never show you where to run. Throw away the rules, get over that line. We'll all come back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. You will never know. In a world where nothing lasts, real love is going fast. Stand by, don't cry, you're gonna be just fine. Remember all that you're living for. Take a chance, hit the floor. Find time, don't lie, take it all in this time. And the river always flows right by. Birds in the trees still fly. You're always gonna be in my heart till the day I die. So the river always runs right through. There's nothing anybody can do. No one's gonna change my mind about you. Who says that you can't find love? Look inside, look above. One day, I say, you'll come find me. Someday, with a little luck, in a corner in a pickup truck, you'll see she'll be looking right at you too. And the river always flows right by. Birds in the trees still fly. You're always gonna be in my heart till the day I die. So the river always runs right through. There's nothing anybody can do. No one's gonna change my mind about you. Baby, all you need to do is find a way to breathe. Take it all the best way that you can. And all the hard times come around, makes you wanna leave. Gotta give it one more try again. And the river always flows right by. Birds in the trees still fly. You're always gonna be in my heart till the day I die. So the river always runs right through. There's nothing anybody can do.
That was a great video, Barry. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Phoebe
Go ahead.
and Mike with Alternative Twist Radio. And I'd like to thank all the listeners, for tuning in. I think music is really important, and you guys are doing a great job. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. We appreciate it, and it was fun listening and talking with you. I feel like we connected. It was a good vibe that we had. Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I remember vaguely watching your video. You played the harmonica as well as playing the guitar, right?
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that. That was very cool.
So it's like a one-man band.
Yes, it's a one-man band.
Yeah, I remember. I did play the. No, go ahead.
I gotta tell you, the other night we went out to an open mic. We go out to them now just to meet up with old friends. But I went to play a song and I had a harmonica set up and I went to play and I had the wrong. I only took one harmonica, which I don't usually do. I usually take the whole set. So I took one harmonica. I wanted to travel light because I was doing a couple of songs. They were all in the same key. So I started playing the harmonica, and it's I needed a C harmonica, and I grabbed a B by mistake. It was like,
oh,
well, can't play that.
No.
Wow. So how many harmonicas are? Yeah, how many harmonicas are in a set? I didn't even know there was a set of harmonicas.
Oh yeah, I've got about I'd say 14 or 16 different. Yeah, because I have some in flat keys. I have some in minor keys.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're playing a song in G, and you're playing a blues harp style, you play what they call cross harp. So you play, if you're playing in G, if the song's in G, you play a C harp.
Wow.
My goodness.
If the song's in E, you play an A harp. So now if you're going to play straight harp, like a Bob Dylan style, if the song's in G, you'd probably play a G harp. But there's every key. I mean, and minors too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Can I ask, do you have some of your harmonicas there with you, like right there? Are you able to share, show us how you play just like a short song, just how you switch around, or is that?
This is a box of.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I have that, and then I have my rack. You got to make sure it's the right. It's not upside down. Because that happens too.
Oh.
So how many can you actually hold at a time on there?
Well, just one.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Yeah. So here's in G.
That was great.
Very nice. Very nice.
So playing a harmonica in the rack is a little harder to do the stuff that you could do with playing in your hands. But I like to do melodies on the harmonica. I don't play it like a Bob Dylan where you're just playing chords.
Wow.
That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
If that's okay with you, we'll include that little demonstration in the interview
That's
part.
fine. Sure.
All right,
Good
cool.
enough.
That was good.
That was very nice. Very nice.
Thank you for that.